Hello and welcome to Piano with Georgia. I'm Georgia, and in today's video, we are going to talk about beat, rhythm, and musical fractions. Wait, don't leave! I promise we can make these fractions make sense with a lot less pain than math class. And for those of you who loved fractions in math class, you'll love these too. We are also going to use rhythm to make our chord progression a lot more interesting. So hop on your bench or chair and let's get started. I want to cover two different ways to think about rhythm today. First, I want to talk about feeling it and hearing it. Next, I want to talk about how composers write it and how we can read it. You are hearing rhythm anytime you listen to any song at all. All music has a beat and rhythms that play around with that beat. When I talk about beat, think of something steady. It's what our feet like to tap to and our bodies like to dance to. When I talk about rhythm, I mean the pattern of the words in a song with lyrics, or the more complicated, interesting sounds that happen in between and all around our foot taps. Rhythm takes notes and makes them way more interesting. Let's feel a beat together. We are going to think in groupings of 4 for the moment. Say 1, 2, 3, 4 with a steady pace. Nothing too fast or too slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you do this, feel not only free but encouraged to sway, tap your foot, anything that helps your entire body feel what it is to be steady. Now, let's add some rhythm. Do something to feel your steady beat. I'm going to sway, and let's keep that slower sway or tap going, and let's clap a rhythm. First, let's just clap twice for every one time that we sway. It's very helpful to have something to say. Honestly, it can be a word with 2 syllables, or it can be numbers. Absolutely do whatever is easiest. Our goal is to create a sound, not to be too intellectual. I'm going to start by saying the word rhythm, which has 2 syllables. So, get your beat going. Beat, 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 beat. Now add rhythm, 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 rhythm. Finally, let's switch back and forth. Beat, 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 beat. Rhythm, 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 rhythm. Beat, 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 beat. Rhythm, 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 rhythm. Dividing time in half is the most basic form of rhythm. We speak in rhythms all the time, and that is what keeps us from being super boring as we talk. Let's do a rhythm that you'll find a lot in music and feels really cool. This one feels uneven, and if you can keep your sway or tap going in a steady beat while you clap this on your first attempt, impressive! If you can't, welcome to the club, and know that you will be able to with some practice. To honor so many of the Italian words in music, let's say pizza, 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 pie, 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 pie. Pizza, 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 pie, 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 pie. Also, be aware that rhythm can also go the other way and last longer than one beat, holding a sound for several taps. You could say something like, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, as you continue to tap or sway your beat. Let's try it. Get your beat going. Beat, 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 beat. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Improvise your own words, and again, don't worry so much about what rhythm you are doing. Just get creative, imitate the songs you like, clap the way the words go, and try to feel a steady beat underneath it all. Let me give you a couple examples. Beat, 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 beat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Beat, 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 beat. Happy birthday to you. One. Memories like the sound of the pavement. Beat, 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 beat. Crying over you. And now let's get official with some vocabulary. What we are doing with these beats and rhythms is dealing with planning out sounds in time. Let's go over some types of notes and the way to write them down. We are going to start with the easiest note to draw. It is an oval, and it is called a whole note. If we want to divide a whole note in half, all we do is add a stem. This one is called a half note. Two of these take up the same amount of time as one whole note. Now let's color in that half note, and we have divided time in half again. These are called quarter notes, and there are two quarter notes in one half note. So, music math, 4 of them in one whole note. But wait, there's more. Add what we call a flag to this note, and it divides time again and is now called an eighth note. And if we look farther up our tree here, we can see where the name comes from. There are 8 of them in one whole note. From here on, we can divide time in half as many times as you want to by adding another flag on the side. One more flag makes 16th notes. Another flag makes 32nd notes, and on and on. Up to 16th notes is pretty typical to see, but 32nd notes and 64th notes are really rarely used. To help our eyes see where the beats are when we are dealing with anything smaller than a quarter note, you will regularly see the flags strung together like this. Eighth notes are typically in sets of 2, but sometimes you might see them as 4 connected notes by one line across the top. It means the same thing. 16th notes are usually in sets of 4, but again, composers really like their freedom, so think that if you see 2 lines, those are 16th notes. As songs start to string along more and more notes as they get longer, it becomes very challenging to keep our place. So an organizational system was created to help. First, someone had the idea to break up a certain number of beats into equal segments with a little dividing line. We call the segments measures, or sometimes bars, because they measure the music into equal parts. And bars, well, that's open to speculation. Meanwhile, the little dividing lines are called measure lines or bar lines. You do nothing when you see one of those little lines. I think most of us are tempted to pause every time we see one, but no, don't do it. They are just for reference and to help us keep our spot. These measures can hold pretty much any number of beats that a composer decides it should have. To inform us of the decided upon number of beats for any song in advance, a symbol was created called the time signature. This looks a lot like a fraction, but not to worry. While it does tell you a lot of information, we aren't going to do the deep dive today. In short, the top number will tell you how many beats you have in a measure. The bottom number refers to what kind of note is your beat. At this point, we are going to leave the bottom number as a 4 and know that that number represents our quarter note. So a quarter note is equal to 1 beat. Time to read some rhythms. But again, it is really helpful to have something to say that represents each type of note. My childhood teacher, Miss Susan, taught me a way that not only helped me count, but also helped me remember the names of the notes. You have hold the whole note, half note, quarter, quarter, eighth note, eighth note, eighth note, eighth note, 4/16 notes, 4/16 notes, 4/16 notes, 4/16 notes. There are so many systems of counting out there, but probably the most official and common is to use numbers. A whole note has 4 beats, so we say 1, 2, 3, 4. Half note, 1, 2, 1, 2. Quarters, 1, 1, 1, 1. Eighth notes, add an and in between your main numbers. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 16th notes, add an additional syllable in between the 1 and the and. Then again between your and 2. So 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a. That's as far as we are going to go today. Rhythms do get a lot more complicated than this, but this will immediately allow you to see and understand the way time is divided up and felt in a lot of songs. Let's try to read a couple of rhythm examples. 1, 2, ready, go. Half note, quarter, 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 eighth note, quarter, quarter, hold the whole note. Ready, go. Half note, eighth note, quarter, half note, eighth note, quarter, quarter. Ready, go. Quarter, 4/16 notes, eighth note, quarter, eighth note, quarter, 4/16 notes, quarter. In our first example, we have our time signature, 4/4 time. We're going to add up to 4 beats in every single one of these measures. We have our half note, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's another example. We're also in our time signature of 4/4, meaning 4 beats per measure. Quarter notes equal 1 beat. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. One more example. 4/4 time again. 4 beats of quarter notes in every measure. Check out this guy. We've got some 16th notes. Ready, here we go. 1, 2E and a, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3E and a, 4. And now let's go back again and let's clap our rhythm. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's clap our second example. 4/4 time. A 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And our last example, 4/4 time with 16th notes. Here we go. 1, 2 E and a 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 E and a 4. Finally, as always, experiment with these rhythms by adding them to things you already know. Play your scales with a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Play our chord progression with some rhythms. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1. Go about your day tapping steady beats and rhythms wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me. Please like and subscribe to support the channel and bring free piano to all.